Hey guys, welcome back. So today, I'm doing my February like reading vlog. I don't know if this is gonna be like one vlog, two vlogs, three, four, for my February reading. These were the books that my little cousin chose, which is Lovely War, The Stolen Heir, House of Earth and Blood, is that what it is? Yes. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0, and then she was gone. I am currently on page 20 of Lovely War, and it started off with like Hephaestus. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Hephaestus, Aphrodite, and I think Ares. So it's basically Aphrodite telling Hephaestus and Ares. Hold up. Like two love stories. So I got the beginning of them or whatever, and then him telling her the love story. The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I am on page 9. I read the first, like the prologue only, and it introduces a new character that wasn't in the previous series. I read the first chapter of Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. It was good. I hope I don't get confused with these two books because they both have phase. I have not read Jujutsu Kaisen, and I have read some of And She Was Gone. I think I'm like chapter 11 or something like that. And it's pretty good. It's pretty okay. So far not that much has gone on. We're just seeing like the mom basically like going crazy because her daughter's missing. So, obviously as a mom you'd be worried. But yeah, so I'll give you guys more of an update later because this is gonna turn off. Okay guys, so my voice is a little rough because of my allergies, but we're just gonna go with it. I just got ready because we're doing a Valentine's Day party. I thought this glitter eyeshadow was pink. It looked pink on the thing, and now it's white, and it's throwing me off. But whatever. I did some more reading of Lovely War yesterday after the update, and then this morning a little bit. But last night I finished the chapter I was on, and then I read a little bit more. I'm only on page 32, so not very far into it, but most of the chapters are like really short. Like that's a chapter. Like this is one, this is another. So I like that because, at least for me, I like short chapters because I'm like, oh my god, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. So, sorry, I just had a coughing fit, so I had to stop. Like I was saying, I enjoy short chapters because it's just like I said, like one more chapter, one more chapter. And I end up reading a lot more. When chapters are really long and I see how long it is, I'm like, oh no, I'm kind of tired. I just want to like go to bed. And then I don't end up reading anymore when I still had some reading left in me. So short chapters kind of like keep me going. Because I'm like, oh my god, it's just like 3 more pages. And then I finish it and I'm like, oh, the next one's just like 2 pages. You know what I mean? At least for this book. So I end up reading a lot more than if it was like big chapters. So I like that it is like short chapters. Like I said, we're only in page 32. So like I said, it's Aphrodite telling Hephaestus, I probably said his name wrong, and Ares like 2 love stories. I'm still in the first one. Obviously I'm 32 pages in. I don't know if she's eventually gonna go back and forth or if she's gonna do like one whole story and then the second story. I'm not sure, or the 2 stories intertwine. I guess we'll see. So far I am enjoying the book. It is historical fiction, so it's different than what I'm used to reading, but I am really enjoying it. I think it's a lot of, not fun because it's not like a fun story yet, but if this is how historical fiction goes, I think I'm a fan. I've never really like read historical fiction, at least I don't think so. So I think out of the books for the readathon, which are the 5 that I showed you just yesterday, I'm the most excited for this one, I think. Even more than The Stolen Heir, even though I know that The Stolen Heir is like a great book, and like, well, I don't know if it's a great book, but like I really enjoyed her first series, except for The Queen of Nothing. That one kind of lacked a little. But for some reason I'm the most excited for this one. I've been wanting to read this book and I haven't picked it up. I don't know why. Like I just always end up like going for something else. So I'm glad that Leah picked this book out for me and I'm finally getting to it. It is a floppy paperback, which we all stan. Those are my favorite kinds of books, like the big floppy paperbacks, not regular paperbacks or hardcovers, like the floppy ones. Like I want to buy tomorrow, but I want a floppy paperback of it. I don't want a hardcover, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm using my little Lucerne bookmark for this. I have not started Jujutsu Kaisen. I could have done it now while I wait for my friends to get here, because they said they're gonna be a little bit later. So I'm gonna get dressed later. So I think I'm gonna read a little bit of Lovely War, and then probably watch some TV while I wait for them. So right now I'm just gonna play some music in the background, I think, on YouTube. Probably like an ambiance room. It's usually what I do, because it feels weird to just read in silence. And then actually no, I'm gonna have that show playing in the background just because there's a lot of boring parts in the show, and I'm just rewatching it because I'm going to the concert. There we go, stop that. So let's get to reading. Let me put this a little bit lower so you can see me reading. Okay, let's go. Okay, so while reading this, you see like obviously Aphrodite's telling you the story of two of like her favorite like love stories, and she tells you like when she interjects and like when she gives him a little push, and she's the goddess of love. And it's actually pretty interesting kind of seeing these stories through like Aphrodite's point of view, and the fact that Ares is the god of war and this is during war, and he's like, can you just like skip to like the good part, which the good parts to him are the war parts. And Hephaestus is like, no, like I want to hear everything, like give me all the details. So it's just different. Something just happened where like it's romantic in a book, it's romantic in a movie. If it were to happen to me in real life, I would have been scared. So I'm gonna give that spoiler right now. When I put the book down, that means you're good. So in the chapter, I guess chapter I just read, the guy, his name is James, he comes like across Hazel's, because she told him where she lived and he told her where he lived. So she like gets home with her dad or whatever, and he's going to where he lives with his uncle right now until he goes to the war. And he saw that it was like close to her, so he's like, oh, let me just walk by, because she's like, I live on top of a barber's shop. She told him the name, so he goes and he passes by, and he's like, I just want to know where she lives. So like he looks up the window and like she's there, and then she sees him and he like waves, and she's like, should I be worried? And I'm like, honestly, in this day and age, if I saw a man do that, I'd call the cops, I'd get a restraining order, just because like it is creepy for a man that you met once and danced with like twice to know where you live. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Okay, so you guys can listen again. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the story. It flows very easily, and like I said, the little chapters make me feel like I'm doing like so much progress, which is like insane. So it makes me want to keep going. So I love the way it's made. Also, most of the times I was smiling and laughing for this, but I heard the background and the show that I was watching, and that part was kind of funny. But like I said, I'm reading this while watching my show in the background, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna continue to read for a while, probably until 12. It's 11:43, and then we'll just see how much we get done, you know what I mean? Because then I think I do have to get dressed, just to make sure that when they come here I'm already dressed. So I'll probably get dressed, and if anything I'll come back to this. But like I said, look at the chapters. Like this last chapter was literally just this page, like so short. This one, it's almost front and back, but you know what I mean? Like there's such short chapters that you're like, oh, just one more page, and then you like continue to read. But yeah, let's get to reading. I was reading. As you saw, I'm on page 44 now. I'm gonna continue reading, but I'm gonna turn off the camera because, yes, to be more comfortable. And also, it's a good part in the show right now, so I do want to watch this part, and then I'll get back to reading. It's still not 12, it's only 11:53. But, like I said, I am enjoying this. It's, like, slow-paced, but fast-paced, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's a little, like, slow-paced in the sense of, like, it is historical fiction, so it is different. But fast-paced, like I said, because of the chapters, honestly. Like, Julie Berry is freaking iconic for doing her chapters like that. And honestly, I love seeing it through Aphrodite's point of view because she is the goddess of love, so she points out, like, little details that you might not notice, but that, like, just make the person's heart, like, swoon, and you're like, wow. So this book is very much, at least from what I've read, written for, like, the female gaze, just like the movie of Pride and Prejudice is filmed for the female gaze. This is very much giving the female gaze, which I am loving. So we'll see. Honestly, it's a really good book so far. I'm really enjoying it. Hopefully it ends up being a 4 or 5 star, because I have read already 2 2-stars this year, and that sucks, and 1 4-star. So hopefully this is a 4 or 5 stars so we can start the year with better momentum. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated. Before I go change, if I read some more, I'll probably come back and let you guys know how I feel about it. I probably won't read much today once my friends get here because we'll probably finish late at night. Maybe I'll read a little bit at night, but I doubt it because I think I haven't gotten my book from Libby yet, and I only got a sample from Kindle, and I think I'm about to pass that point. So, but if I do read more of this or any of the other books, I will let you guys know, and I will keep you updated. So see you guys later. Okay guys, so long time no update. It is currently February 25th, so we have 3 more days to go for the month to end. I almost said a year. I have made some progress in the book. I am officially in part 4. I'm in page 328. Like I said, I'm enjoying the book, but I'm not like obsessed with it. It's giving very much 3 stars, and yeah, like it's been okay. I'm almost done. I'm like 70% of the way through, so I'm excited to finish it. It's been a good book, but it's nothing that I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying to read it. And it kills me to have like a set TBR for like the month, because I want to read, like physically read, but I don't want to physically read this. Like, this is not what I'm in the mood for, and I'm like not letting myself read what I want because I'm like, I should be reading this or the other books for this month. So yeah, a 3 stars. I also read a book that's not part of my TBR because I was at work and I was doing the inventory in the library, so I went through 2 audiobooks. I finished Then She Was Gone. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay, honestly. I didn't love it. There's better thrillers out there than this one, honestly. I read, the book that I read was an audiobook. I would have grabbed it, but there's so many things in front of it, I'd just rather not. And it's The Winter's Crime, the 2nd book in the Winter's Curse trilogy, is that what it's called? I gave it 3 stars, but like I enjoyed it so much more than She Was Gone. I just didn't expect the ending, so that's why I got 3 stars, but if not, it was for sure gonna be a 2 stars. And those are the 2 books that I'm finished reading, and then the one that I'm almost done with for this month. I'm gonna try to finish Lovely War before the end of February. That's the goal, but we'll see. I also have to read Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. I feel like I am gonna read that this month just because it's a manga and I can read this in like 30 minutes, so that might be my goal for today, to maybe read this one so I can have 2 books done at least. So yeah. And then I have The Stolen Heir by Holly Black, which I've only read the prologue, and honestly I don't think I'm gonna read any more this month. I'm not currently in the mood for this book. I'm more like in the mood for like the 3rd book in The Winter's Promise, A Winter's Promise, which I think is called The Memory of Babel or something like that, or like Keeper of the Lost Cities, like something like that. That's what I'm in the mood for. Not really this, even though I loved the Cruel Prince trilogy. Not in the mood for this right now. And then House of Earth and Blood, the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas. I've only read the first chapter, and honestly, that's all I'm gonna read for this month. This is the book that I will eventually read, but not in the mood for it right now, and not in the mood to force myself to read. I've been very like drained of energy this whole month, very anxious and very just frustrated. So this has been like the least of like my worries. I know March is gonna be a busy month because I have a concert, I have a trip to Disney, and I have the most important paper of the term due March, I think 19th. So March is gonna be busy. We'll see what happens. But as for April, I've finished 2 books, which is When She Was Gone and The Winter's Crime, which was not on here, but it was almost on here. Leah almost chose that one. And then I'm gonna try to finish Jujutsu Kaisen one of these days. I got time, you know what I mean? I still have a couple of days. And then it's called Lovely War. Lovely War is my next one to finish. Like I said, it's okay. And then She Was Gone was too much about the mom, not enough about like the whole thing. I feel like for me, I was like, I would have liked more details, more of like what happened to Ellie and all that stuff, rather than like the mom dealing with it, you know what I mean? But that was this update, and the next update is possibly most likely gonna be me just like closing out the vlog. So that was it for this little update. I look like a hot mess. I'm getting a breakout and everything, so that's fun. But I do want to do my wrap up for the month because it is February 28th and I'm not gonna read anymore today. Not enough for this. So really quickly, these are the 4 books I did read. One of them was not on the list, but it's fine. So I read Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. I liked it. I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars. I will continue the series because I do want to see where it goes. So those are my thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, my camera's about to turn off. Then I read Then She Was Gone. I gave it 3 stars just because of the ending, but if not, it was going to be a 2 stars because it was too focused on the mom and not enough on the story of like the girl that went missing. And then I read The Winter's Crime, which is the 2nd book in the Winter's Curse trilogy. I gave it 3 stars. It was good, but it wasn't like anything great. I'm hoping the last book in the series is really good. And then lastly, I read Lovely War. I gave it 3.5 stars. The middle just kind of felt a little like to me. I really enjoyed the beginning and the ending, so that's why I gave it 3.5 stars. So this was, I think, my favorite one that I read this month, and Jujutsu Kaisen was good, but I'm gonna continue it and see if I still enjoy the series. And that was the little wrap up for February. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Thank you guys for watching.